First off, let's look at an Apple device. Okay, this probably would be an iPad of some type, or even your iPhone. Not so much your iPhone in this particular screenshot, but the process is very, very similar for them both. First off, I want you to know that we are using the settings icon. Now, the setting icon in Apple looks like a big gear. Oh, that's horrible. That's just like the worst gear ever. But that's what it looks like. It's a couple gears, right? It might even be 3. Can't remember so well. But that's what we're looking for. The settings icon with the gears. Once we open this up, we can see tons and tons of things on the left-hand side. Now, this is for an iPad, I'm fairly sure. So this is a little different than what you would see with your iPhone or other things. But again, settings menu. What we're looking for is the Wi-Fi option under settings. Once we select that option, we now have the option to turn it on or off. We have our network, and we have asked to join other networks. What we would do is, first off, we would choose to enter our network information, our name of our SSID, our security being used, and the password, all right? So lots of options here under the Apple iOS header. Very, very similar to the Apple operating system, just looks a little bit different. The GUI is a little bit changed. Once we are connected to a wireless network, we're going to see choose a network listed. We're going to see that network and any other network we've joined in the past or that is available. And then you're going to see the one you're connected to has a nice little check mark next to it. If we expand out, if we use this expansion arrow, we will see the actual properties of the network. You can see the DHCP, you can see the IP address assigned, the subnet mask, you can see the router that we're using, the DNS being used, all that information. We can also see if we have a boot IP set up or if some static configuration is set up, or we would want to make a static configuration, that's listed there as well. We also have the ability to set up a proxy right here, manual, auto, and we have the ability to renew the lease. So if you have an IP address that you think it's stale information, you can renew it. What it's going to do is flush out all this information, and then it's going to go through the discovery process again, the DORA process, in order to try and get to that DHCP server, which will assign the IP address, subnet mask, and all the information we need. So really, really cool that we have that ability even once we're connected to a network. Now on your iPhone, this is the iPhone setup. Again, we're looking for the gears for settings, and then we're going to go to Wi-Fi. You can see here I have the ability to turn on or off my wireless device. This is for my iPhone, again. Not for my particular iPhone, I might say, but if I had an iPhone, this is what we're looking at. We choose a network we want to connect to. And again, we have our username and password. Now, these Apple iOS devices do support, they do support Leap. They do support TTLS. They do support PEEP. And they do support eFast. So all those are supported even in a WPA2 enterprise environment. You can use that connectivity here. So lots of approved connections. So we have lots of information here. If I clicked on the information button right here, I could see the breakdown of that device, just like we did in this device where we saw this, right? But the information button on the iPhone right here is equivalent to what we would see right here. Now, one of the things to note is I'm not going to get things like signal to noise ratio. I'm not going to get that here. I would need a third-party app in order to do that. I'm not going to get a lot of detail on my signal other than a nice little icon that gives me the signal strength or the lock. That's about the extent I'm going to get on my signal. If I wanted that, I would need a third-party app to give me the signal to noise ratio.